tutorial will show you how to make static background images, normal background images, and how to put them inside tables. So if you go to your home page, which has our table on it, just go to page properties. If you want to put in a background color, for example, for the background, we might maybe choose this pastel-y red. And if you hit apply, it changes the background color and looks terrible. We'll just delete that. But background image is right here. So I'm just going to go to my site one and choose a background image that I've previously downloaded. Usually a good idea to make it quite large if it's going to be a full color background, or maybe a pattern that can be tiled repeatedly. But I'm just going to choose this one for now. Hit apply, and you can see that it comes into the background. Only thing is, if you were to save this and preview it, I'll show you the usual issues that you have. So if I full screen it, I made sure my image was 1920, but if I was to zoom out, you'll notice that my image starts tiling. It looks a little bit funny. So if you want to avoid that, use a image that is like a pattern that repeats and isn't a solid image like this. But no real big deal if you don't zoom out. Also, if you type like so, usually gets a little bit hard to read some of that text in the darker sections of your image. So a way around this is to create a semi-transparent solid color for your table. And this is what we're going to do when we put an image as this background for this table. So I'm going to go to Photoshop and just go File, New. And I'm just going to make something that's 5 by 5 pixels because it's going to get repeated over and over again. We don't need to waste space on making a really large resolution image. We just pick a small one and it'll just repeat itself over and over. Hit create. It's really small, so just zoom in if you need to. Go back to Dreamweaver and decide. So we've got a dark sort of background image, so it's probably a good idea to make a light sort of semi-transparent white color as our background for our table itself, which you can see here. So if we go back to Photoshop, white has already been selected. So just double click to unlock that layer, and then on opacity, just drop that down to like, I don't know, 70%. So it's 70% transparent, or it might be 70% solid. That's probably more likely. And then hit File, Save As. Choose the folder where you put all your other images. And ensure that it is a PNG, because PNG supports transparency. Some of these other formats will not. And then call it a useful name. I'm going to call mine White Trans 70, so that I know that it's a 70% transparent white. Hit Save. Press OK. And then go back to Dreamweaver. You used to click on the edge of the table and hit Shift F5 or right click and choose Edit Tag, but that feature has been taken away in the new CC version of this. So what you need to do is go to Split View, and once you've clicked on your table, you'll notice that you've got the table selected here. Under the spot where it says Table Width Border, all that, all you do is click to the end, hit Spacebar and write Background, and then browse for the one you're after, which in our case is this trans white 70% color one here, and hit refresh. And you'll notice we have this semi-transparent white, which will allow our text to be significantly more visible. If I was to go back to design view, if I write underneath this, my text is significantly more visible than it was before. So there you go. That's one way you can make a solid color background and have a semi-transparent image as the background of this table. Alternatively, you can put solid images as the background, full color images of whatever you want as the background for your table itself. You do it the same way as I showed you with the split view change. Alright, lastly I'm going to show you how to make your image on your background be static, so that when you scroll your page, the image will stay exactly where it is. So I'm just going to copy and paste this hello there text a few times just so that you can Alright, so my computer's having a little bit of a heart attack because it's terrible, but that's okay. Now all we got to do is go to split view, scroll up to body, and see where it says body dash image, which is our background big, which we had before. We just need to make one more line underneath it and write background attachment, and then choose fixed, and hit semicolon. I'll leave this code in the description of this video as well. And now if we were to save this page and preview it, you'll notice that as we scroll, the content moves, but the background image stays still. So that's how you can do a static background image. Thanks for watching this tutorial.